Hey guys, I made a mistake. I underestimated how much you guys love Chipotle. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Chipotle too, but holy crap, you guys love Chipotle. I mean, just look at this stock chart. Just look at it. If you guys didn't tell me, I would have thought that this was like Tesla or Microsoft or I don't know, Google or something. Chipotle literally trades like a tech stock. And today we're exploring why Chipotle trades like a tech stock on Watch This Stock. Let's go. Now, elaborating on what I was talking about earlier, the stock has pretty much gone up to its pre-crisis levels. Now, this is especially impressive considering that Chipotle is a restaurant brand after all, and restaurants don't tend to do that well during pandemics, but Chipotle is the exception, it appears. Now, keep in mind that the price doesn't equal the valuation, right? So the price has nothing to do with the valuation, but if you look at the price, it's almost $900 a share. And if you look at valuation metrics too, they're extremely high as well. So what gives? Well, to explain that, let's look at some statistics that are coming out of Chipotle's quarterly report that's ended March 31st. So it's pretty recent data. So looking at Chipotle's revenue growth on a trailing 12-month basis, we can see that it's gone up by 10%. Now that's a lot compared to a lot of the other brands that I compared them to, namely McDonald's, restaurant brands, and Yum Brands, which owns stores like KFC. Now, if you look at EBITDA, is a similar story. So EBITDA has gone up 26% on a trailing 12-month basis. Now, if you guys don't know what EBITDA is, EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. The reason why we look at EBITDA as opposed to just net income is because we don't want things like taxes and depreciation messing up the sort of organic growth of the company. So if you think about it, depreciation and taxes, they probably don't have anything to do with the actual money that you make off of customers. So looking at EBITDA is a more like organic way to look at if the business itself is growing versus if looking at net income, which can be messed up by a lot of other things. And now moving on to free cash flow, we can see that free cash flow has gone up by more than 14% on a trailing 12-month basis. This once again blows everyone else out of the water, as you can see that Chipotle is just in a different league compared to everyone else. Now I can go on and on about how Chipotle dominates in all the metrics, but I'm sure you guys are getting bored at this point. But just keep in mind that whatever metrics that I looked at, they pretty much dominated everyone else. Now couple this with an amazing balance sheet. So on their latest report, the company reported that they had over $800 million of cash and cash equivalents on hand. And this is a company that has no debt, like literally zero debt. So they're in a very strong cash position. And this is one of the best balance sheet that I've seen, especially in the restaurant industry, because restaurant industry is sort of related to the real estate industry. And in real estate, usually companies have a lot of debt. And Chipotle is not one of those, right? So Chipotle has no debt, and the balance sheet is just one of the most industry-leading balance sheet that I've seen. Now, during this whole Roni situation and the crisis that followed, everyone's on lockdown, so people have been ordering online more, right? So during the latest quarterly report, Chipotle reported that their online sales have actually increased 80%. So this is another indication of Chipotle's dominance, the fact that they're able to dominate the online industry as well. So as more people order online, they're able to pivot towards selling things online and delivering food online. And this is yet another bright spot in the company's business. Now, if there's one knock against Chipotle is the fact that a couple of years ago, I think maybe like 3 or 4 years back, they had some health scares regarding, I think it was E. coli or Listeria or some type of bacteria outbreak that caused people to get sick. But I think Chipotle has been able to get over that, and people have mostly forgotten about that, and the stock has been able to bounce back pretty much to all-time highs since then. Now, clearly, from where I stand, it seems like the public consensus is that Chipotle is worth dying for. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, Chipotle is such an amazing business, and I just love the idea of what Chipotle stands for. And I think that this company has been able to capture the imagination of people in a very significant way. And that's just something really amazing. Now, I'm sure the question that you guys have right now that I've been dying to ask me is that, am I buying any Chipotle stock? And my answer to that is, I can't. I would love to buy this stock, but the valuation is too high at the moment. So looking at the trailing PE of Chipotle, you'll see that it comes in at over 70. So just to put into perspective of exactly how high that is, Amazon trades at a PE of around 100, which is also very high. But if you compare it to, let's say, a Google or Microsoft, I think they both trade around high 20s or low 30s. And if you compare it to any other restaurant brands, it just blows everyone out of the water. It's just in a different league. It's not even close, right? So at these valuations, I just can't justify rushing into this stock. It's just a little too richly valued for me. But this is a stock that I'll definitely be watching, and I'll definitely be interested in picking up some shares if the price goes any lower. And in my opinion, this is such a great business, and it's definitely a stock that you want to watch as well. So if you haven't added this stock to your watch list, be sure to do so. Ticker symbol CMG. So yeah, that was my hot take on Chipotle Mexican Grill. I'll leave the video here. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and consider subscribing if you like this series. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll leave the links down below in the description. Now, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.